Okay, so we're about started here with the live YouTube stream. And let's see, yeah, that should be live right now. That'll show up there in a moment. And I'm going to check, Larry, do you remember if we set up the capability for me to connect remotely to your computer?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It seemed like last time I did connect to it, but I don't think we set it up so that I could connect to it again. So, yeah, for the people joining the or watching the YouTube video, I don't yet know what Larry's issue is that we're working with today, but would it be appropriate for me to connect remotely to your computer to have a look, or do you want to describe to me what's going on?
Well, I keep having this pop-up warning, file name warning. There's a file or folder on your computer called C/program, which could cause certain applications to not function correctly. Renaming it to C Program 1 would solve this problem. Would you like to rename it now? And I've just
Yeah, I'd really like to see that. Can you get to a web page right now?
Yes.
Okay, can you go to a website of logmein123.com?
Okay, it says enter your 6-digit code.
Yeah, the code is 847846.
Start download.
Yep.
Well, is it small?
Yeah, it might be down there, like in the lower left corner or something, that you need to click on it to run it.
Use account control is enabled on this PC.
Okay, click OK on that.
To allow rescue to elevate your session.
Yes, allow it.
Okay. You want to allow this app to make changes to your device.
Yep. It just occurred to me that we could have had you share your screen. We could actually displayed those messages. And then I'm making a click here. And you may get another message on your screen now. You have a message? Okay, there we go. Now I'm connected. All right. So let's see, for this much, I'm going to go ahead and display your screen here for a little bit while we clean things up a little bit. Now I can move the mouse and click on things, or you can, but only one of us at a time. So I'll talk you through that Computer Age Consulting chat window in the upper left area. You could minimize that by clicking on the minimize button for it. And then you could minimize your web browser. And for that, I'm punching a button so your screen's not displayed right now.
You want me to minimize it?
Yeah, minimize that.
Like that?
Okay, so there's your Zoom window. You can minimize that. And then you can minimize that window too. Okay, so now we got your desktop with all your screens, and you were a little bit concerned about your icons in there. And I gotta tell you, those are all so small, they're not going to be relevant. But we can, with a fairly quick adjustment, turn all of those off. Are you interested in doing that?
I started making a file folder for it.
Let's do an easier way. Just right-click on your blank desktop area, not on an icon. Yeah, there you go. And then go to View. at the top of that menu. And then there's a check mark for show desktop icons. Just remove that check mark for show desktop icons. Boom. They're all gone.
Oh,
So
no.
that's quick and easy. It's easy to get them back because you just reverse that procedure. So we just were able to not be displaying those without having to go through deciding whether there was any kind of a security issue, because you had some icons there from what you described earlier that had maybe names or information outside of your own. So here we've got this file name warning. There is a file or folder on your computer called C:\program. Oh, which could cause certain applications to not function correctly. Renaming it to C:\program1 would solve this problem. Would you like to rename it now? No, not yet. So I'm going to take the mouse for a minute, and I'm going to come down to your, well, there's your folder icon. And the only thing open right there is that file name warning. Well, I want to open up a Windows browser window. So I'm going to hold down the Windows key and press the letter E. That's the same thing as clicking on that folder icon, but since that warning message is there, I'm not quite sure what that was going to give us. So then I'm going to expand the This PC section and then single click on the C drive. And it says there's a folder called Programs. And oh, there's a file right there called Program. That's what it's complaining about. There's a file or folder on your computer called C:\program. It's this one right here. It's dated June 12th of 2020, and it's only 2 kilobytes in size. It looks like it might be a text file. So I'm going to punch a button here so that your screen's not visible at the moment, and see if we can open that into Notepad. And at that point, you might recognize what it is and maybe even recall how it got there, or we might be able to decide that it's totally not relevant. All right, I'm going to display that because doesn't contain any private information. So this file that's called Program without any extension says Microsoft PNP utility. That's plug and play. This is some kind of a utility script that is absolutely not needed. How it got on your, well, actually, it could have been under some other name and accidentally got renamed as Program, but it's clearly not serving any purpose at this point. So I'm going to close that window. And then what they were suggesting is to just change the name of it. I'm kind of liking that. Let's see. I'm going to add that and say possibly delete if determined not needed. Now, the reason for doing this is because if you discover any functionality, something about your computer that's not operating right, then we're going to take a closer look at, could that file have been something that was important that actually needs some other name, and that would help us to recover whatever's not working right about your computer. You'll need to provide administrator permissions. Okay, so we're going to click continue, and there we've changed the name of that file. So we have complied with what they suggested over here about renaming the file. We didn't rename it to Program1, but we did rename it. So at this point, I'm just going to click the X button to close that, and that should stop that from occurring. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I don't know how it got on there.
Yeah, I don't know how it got on there. There are some things we could do to try to figure it out, but I don't see any reason to do that. Did you just launch Microsoft Word?
No.
And this browser window open. That was a strange behavior. I'm going to right click on Microsoft Word on the taskbar and then choose Close Window. my mouse was up in this region.
I don't think I opened it. I mean,
I'm not
hand's
gonna.
over here.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
On the arms of my chair.
I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but yeah, that was odd. So then I'm going to close this window. Oh, Microsoft Teams is trying to start up too.
Yeah, I figured that's probably for Fresno State.
Yeah, now that we've got an hourglass here, it feels like something else is trying to happen.
I don't go through this. I just use my own word.
Do you use Microsoft Teams?
No.
I would like to uninstall it because it just tends to get in the way. It's available. No, we can reinstall it for free if we ever discover a need for it. But if you're not using Microsoft Teams, is it okay with you if we just go ahead and uninstall it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to press the Windows key and the letter R to get the run window, and I'm going to type appwiz.cpl. I could have gone to it by going into the control panel. This is just a much quicker, more direct way to get there. And then come down here looking for Microsoft Teams. It's right here. And before I uninstall that, I'm going to come down further and see if the Teams machine-wide installer is also there. So we're going to uninstall both of those. I'm going to start with Microsoft Teams. As far as I know, it doesn't matter which one you uninstall first. And the side effect of doing this, we're just spending a little more time with your computer to see if there's any other odd symptoms. So you've got a backup and sync there. You've got a Bluetooth. You've got a OneDrive that's not configured. Audio panel, security, NVIDIA, rapid storage, control center, Zoom meeting, move, Zoom, again, wild tangent, Skype, and ready. Pop up on air. Well, what's this? Do you know what this one is?
The green one?
Yeah.
No. But you know, that brings up the printer used to be able to communicate with the I have a brother printer scanner.
Yeah, that's for your brother printer. Is something about that not working right?
Yeah, they used to be connected. And when I first bought it, I spent an hour on tech support with brother. And they got it all connected, and I scanned something, it would come over to my computer. And now it doesn't do that. If I scan it, I have to put on a thumb drive in the printer. And then I have to bring the thumb drive over to the computer and send it, whatever.
All right. Well, let's go take a look at that after.
It's not a big deal. But...
Okay, you don't need that. All right. Well, then let's come back to this. Microsoft Teams is gone, so I'm going to scroll down and go to that Teams machine-wide installer. Uninstall that. I'm guessing that something about Teams would typically pop up when you restart your computer.
Yeah, I think it does pop up from time to time.
Yeah. All right. So we haven't had anything else pop up. It's this guy. Recommended action needed. Yeah, HP Support Assistance. I'm not a big fan. It just kind of clutters up your system. So it actually, what it's got its yellow dot there is it wants you to finish setting it up. Take off the welcome screen. Enable your PC to show contact options. No. Choose how you'd like to be notified. And help improve by sharing. No. And then next. My normal routine is to uninstall the HP Support Assistant because it's also slowing down the startup of your computer and occasionally throws up messages that are more nuisance than useful. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I guess looks like there's 17 messages over there.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Well, there's 17 messages, and there looks like 12 troubleshooting fixes.
Yeah. Yeah, those right there. We'll take a quick look at those. The one thing that is useful about this HP Support Assistant is when I'm setting up a new computer, I will typically look through it and see if there's any kind of important updates, and I'll install those and then uninstall this Support Assistant. So they're nagging you to back up your data, and I think you either already have methods for that or that's something we should also talk about. Create a profile with them, no. Hardware diagnostics, no. Network check, no. Some audio. So these are all yellow items that are what they consider to be a cautionary level. What we really care about is if they have any red high priority items, and they don't. So, and over here for my services, what are they saying here? This is just trying to get you to sign up for those two things. So also not of interest. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and uninstall that HP Support Assistant. And that's also easy and free to get it back if there was some reason that we chose to. When I'm setting up a new HP computer, there's more of those that I commonly wind up uninstalling. Here I see an HP ePrint that looks like it was installed on August 4th, 2020. Is that about the time that your functionality for your scanning problem occurred? Or maybe longer than that. Not sure?
Perhaps.
Okay. All right. Another thing that's kind of a nuisance is these notifications that Windows 10 displays over here on the right-hand panel. My routine there is just to turn them all off. Do you ever see anything useful to you coming up in these notifications in the bottom right-hand area?
Well, like the notification of like the PBS NewsHour, I sometimes catch that. That would be the only thing. PBS.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you very well. Are you able to maybe move closer to the microphone?
Not sure where the microphone is.
Oh, that's much better. That's much better.
PBS NewsHour, I would probably might check that out if I was on the computer.
Was that one of these listed here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's enough to suit me that we don't turn all of these off. But up here in the upper right is manage notifications.
Oh, okay.
And when you go into that, you can fine-tune these some. Typically, I turn this off and remove a couple of these check marks and just quiet the whole thing down. but you can actually individually pick the things that you're okay with getting notifications on just by clicking that toggle switch next to any of these. So if you get something that's giving you notifications and you just think, I don't want that anymore, then you could come in here and turn those off at any time that you choose.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to exit out of here. We did remove both of those Teams things. And I'll close this, minimize this. Now, after we shut this down, do you remember how to turn your desktop icons back on? I'll talk you through it if you don't. I'm just giving you a chance to see if you can remember it.
So right click.
Yes.
Display settings.
Yes. Well, actually, no, sorry, not display settings. Close that. It's not display settings. It's one of the other options on this menu.
Personalize.
Nope.
Graphics view. Oh, large icons. Show desktop icons.
There you go. Don't do it yet because I still have your screen on display. But that's how you do it once we shut this down. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and take your computer off the screen. So your computer's not on the screen. You could go ahead and turn those icons back on, and so to verify you get them on and everything looks okay, and then we'll shut down the session. Oops, nope, not that one. There you go, view, and then show desktop icons, and there they all are back.
Okay.
That make sense?
Okay.
Okay, good. Is there anything else I can help with?
So do you think that's it? That fixed the notification?
I do. I think that fixed the message you were getting.
Okay.
We don't know how it occurred, and frankly, it's not worth trying to figure out.
Well, there was I got a picture. That's my. So McAfee was being weird, but I guess it seems okay. That's not it. Okay, well I guess it's fine.
Were you getting some message about McAfee?
Well, I ran the scan, and it said it got everything. So
I didn't see any indication that you even have McAfee. But it might be that it is a trial version that got installed, and it also might be causing you some issues in the background. Now I've got your screen back on camera again, since you had already turned the icons off. Were you trying to get it to redo that message?
You want me to find McAfee?
Yeah, I was going to go back into the app.
I don't even see it.
The apps applet and see if it's in there. Okay, let me have the mouse for a minute.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do Windows key R and appwiz.cpl is still there, and see if McAfee's in here. Oftentimes if you install a update to Adobe Acrobat Reader, it will install McAfee in the back as a trial version. Yeah, so there's no McAfee in here alphabetically.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Let me go this way. Click one page at a time. See if there's anything else abnormal. Yeah. I don't see any indication of McAfee. So you were trying to find it in your photos there, I think.
I swear it's...
Yeah, that was mine. Yeah, no, that's going to do a web search. What you...
I swear I bought it. I paid for it. Huh.
You might search in your email. If you had purchased it, there would be a confirmation in your email unless you've removed it or deleted the email. And I have your screen off camera right now.
Oh.
Did you try clicking in the search field at the top and type McAfee?
Yeah.
McAfee. Install link. Okay, yeah, there's an email for an install link. And that shows August 10th. Oh, just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Can I punch a button and put that back on screen and we'll look around that?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Nothing?
Just let me have the mouse and I'll
Okay.
look at this a little bit and see what's going on. So this is indicating 2 days ago you signed up for protection. Mobile protection, Windows and Mac. So it looks like we need to click on that guy. This is from notification.mcafee.com. All right. So it looks like this here is going to install it. So here we download it and looking to see what else is around here. McAfee Safe Family, Safe Connect. And so what you're looking for is the basic McAfee Total Protection for Windows. So we'll download that. Agree and download to the license. And here's your serial number down here in the bottom left. It has the installer for us. It stopped blinking, so it's ready for us to launch it. Click on that. Answer yes. Moments away. Click install. It's checking your system here to make sure that your system meets their minimum requirements. I'm sure it does. Do you have any place that you want to store your license number for that?
Yeah. I believe I have done it already.
Oh, okay. Your screen is off camera right now. If you want to go check on it somewhere, you can do that. And now it's downloading.
Yeah, because I have a serial number for McAfee. I thought I even installed it.
It's not currently installed.
Huh.
So are you using Zoom much these days?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a faculty meeting at Fresno State for the music department yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was like 20 or 30, 20 people maybe. And then we have a Zoom meeting for on the on the board of the musicians union.
Okay.
So we'll have that tomorrow, that meeting. And and plus now all my lessons are going to be Zoom, or it's really easier to do FaceTime on a
Oh,
Mac.
yeah. Well, with FaceTime, are you just doing it from one person to another person?
Yes.
You don't have more than the two people?
Right.
Okay.
Well, for private lessons, that's
Yeah.
it's just
Sure.
one-on-one. So so that's I may have some more classes and things like that where I'll have 4 or 5. Most of it's one-on-one.
So when you thought you had installed it, do you recall going through an install process like this before?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I wrote down the serial number. And then I think I reinstalled it after that because it didn't work or something. Tried to put it on my iPad. Because they say they'll protect your other devices too once you buy the subscription.
There's 100%. So I think I'm going to go back and edit out some of that installation time, since that's pointless to leave it in the video, but I'll click done here. Welcome to your McAfee protection. See settings, go to app. Welcome to your Microsoft protection app. All right, so it's set to do weekly scan, out-of-date apps every 2 weeks, cookies and trackers. Save that. Well, got some activity going on here. Oh, downloading updates. So there is a lot of things that McAfee does going through these menus and such, but at this point you have their basic default settings and protection. Is that as far as you're interested in going, or did you want to dig into the details deeper?
So browse safely with VPN. Is that something more complicated than just
Oh,
your browser?
this part right here,
At the bottom right.
bottom right. Oh, browse safely with VPN. VPN is a virtual private network, and I haven't been through that with McAfee, but I think that's probably a bit extreme for your circumstances. So let me explain what that is. It is a way to, when you browse to an internet website, they are able to see what your IP address is, which gives them an indication of where you're located in the world. If you use a VPN, what happens is your computer goes over the internet in a sense secretly or stealthily to another computer somewhere in the world, and then from there goes out to the internet at large. So the websites you're going to don't even get to see your true IP address. It's a level of safety that for most people I think is excessive. Some people use it to actually get around features in Netflix and other online video services so that they can appear to Netflix that they're from another country, that they're actually located in another country, so that they get the videos that are available for that other country.
Okay.
Does that?
I don't think I need that.
I don't think so either. I don't have any of my clients using it. There are people in the computer industry that swear by it and essentially think everybody should use it. And they're a little bit, in my mind, in my judgment, conspiracy theorists. And I don't think I know anybody who is interesting enough of a target that level of bad actor would be trying to get to. So
I see there's a notification up there, a red one.
yeah, let's go have a look at that. Security report. You have the latest protection. New threats appear every day, but you can relax knowing we check for updates often to keep your protection up to date. So that's all that notification was.
Okay.
So these dots here are indicating additional screens like this, and this right arrow would take you through them. So they are there to take you deeper into the program for more of the protections that they offer.
I think those password.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I use a password manager called LastPass. McAfee has a password manager. I've never used it or tried it. I would have no reason to steer somebody away from it. Let us manage your password so you don't have to. Sign in once to TrueKey and log in everywhere else automatically. It's included with your antivirus protection. So since we already know that McAfee Total Protection can provide protection to your tablet and your cell phone, that would also imply that your password manager would work across those devices. So you would go through that get started option and start populating your passwords and your accounts for your various different internet accounts. And then the nice thing about that is all you have to keep track of is the one password for this True Key application they have. So you've already paid for that. So if you're at all interested in getting better with your password management, that'd be a good road to go down. And I'd be happy to go through it with you, but I want to start a separate YouTube video for that, because that'll take a while. But that would make for a good video too. But you've got an appointment coming up. We got to keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
Do you want to maybe pick that up again in another session? Or do you want to try going through it yourself?
Well, I probably won't go through it myself.
All right. Well, I would invite you then, when you feel like you're interested and willing to take some time with it, get in touch with me and let's connect a remote session again and go through that together. I'd love to do that.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. We'll go ahead and shut this down then. So I'm going to end the Zoom session with you, and I'll do a little wrap up for the video.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're welcome. I'll talk to you again another time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, so that'll do it for this session. I'm also shutting down the remote connection to Larry's computer. If you would like to request a session with me, just send an email to DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. I'd be happy to help you with whatever computer issue you've got going on. And with that, I'll wish you a good day and catch you later.